Hey guys, Kev here, and welcome to the What's Hot video for this week. This is the week of October 4th, I believe. Don't hold me to that. It's all in the description, the title, all that stuff has the correct dates. There's a link to Urban EDC in the description. It helps the channel immensely if you guys follow that link. Even if you just go click on it right now, not wanting to buy anything, and then a couple weeks from now, you're like, shit, I wanted something, and you go and buy it, it will probably track it back to my link, and your boy will get some credit, and that's a good thing, all right? So check the links down below. Anyway, I got some cool stuff this week. It's going to be a little different. They sent me a box. I kind of unboxed it already. Not all of it, but some of it, because I was extremely excited. You're going to see probably like a 13-minute video in a second encapsulated in this What's Hot video, all about this flashlight right here. So I'm going to go ahead and warn you guys. If you're somebody who just wants to see the gear drop items and stuff, once that segment starts, just skip like 12 minutes ahead and you'll be right back where I'll do the face cam portion and I'll go through the drop and everything on the website. So I just want to put that disclaimer out there because I went on a little bit of a ramble with this just to show how it worked and talk about it and compare it to this guy. So what is this, right? This is the Lima Metalcraft Hoku, H-O-K-U. I believe it's like a Hawaiian name. And here's the specs on it if you want to check it out. And these guys make a really cool flashlight. Comes in this really cool pouch from Dragon Cut Design. We've seen from Matt Christensen before and Fanatic Edge before. United States made pouch here. US made product as well. So this is a flashlight, and it takes a 10440 battery. I'm going to go over a lot of this in that sort of video, so I don't want to go too crazy, but this is something I've been waiting for years. I had a Hoku flashlight when I first sort of got into flashlights and just wanting to get one like custom, like one nice flashlight, right? I'm not the kind of guy who really wants like a collection of flashlights. But I wanted a nice one. I'd been through, knives and you just kind of start testing the waters with other gear. And we all figure out what we like. Some guys turn into coin guys. There's nut guys. There's pry guys. All types of guys, right? I'm sort of a fidget guy. And I like to dabble in flashlights and, of course, knives. Now, when I did that, I really wanted the smallest flashlight I could get with decent power and really nice materials, right? But it needed to be really slim to fit in my pocket and not feel like a tank. I just can't carry something like this in my pockets. Shout out to Olight. This is the Warrior Mini 2. They're having a sale on these. I think it might be active right now when you watch this. So check that out. You can use my link, or you can use my code LeftyEDC over at the Olight website. But you can see the size on this thing, right? Some people would carry this daily and they wouldn't bat an eye. Maybe they have a job where they really need to, or they just are bigger or carry heavier things. I don't know. If you can't tell, I like the smallest kind of functional thing I can get. So that was kind of a requirement for me for it to be on the smaller end. And literally, the only 10440 sized flashlight custom made in the US worth its salt was the CWF Micro Arcadian, or the Micro Click. And I've gone through probably 5 of these. I've had 2 in this configuration, machine set, and I've had a Stonewash one. I've had a Stonewash Tad one, Triple Up Design, Topo one, and I've had a full Mokutai one. I've had a Zirkutai one, and I have a black DLC titanium one, which currently is in the shop at CWF getting fixed up. So I've had a bunch of these because I absolutely love the flashlight. It's very tactile, very comfortable in the hand, and it's just a great size, and it's gorgeous. And when I was looking around, I had found the Hoku, and I just thought it was a gorgeous design, right? But it was a twisty, and I had so many problems with that. I would turn it on in my pocket. I would worry about it loosening while it was in my pocket. I'd somehow end up like loosening and tightening it over and over so it would reset the programming. Like once a week that happened to me. It was really annoying for me. So I said, as soon as you guys come out with a clicky version, I'm all over it. That was 2 years ago. And the guy actually told me, it's funny because I sent him this in a DM not too long ago. And he was like, oh, I didn't say that. And I had to like screenshot it. He said to me, it's nearly impossible to find a good clicky system for this size of a flashlight. And I guess after 2 years, they found one. Now, I can't say how reliable this is because I haven't had it for more than an hour. This will be my flashlight, but we'll find out. So I'll obviously do a long-term video on this, but they must have figured it out because here it is. And I'm absolutely stoked. It has reverse clicky, so you click it on, and then you cycle your modes, right? And then you click it off, which is my preference. Some people like the forward clicky like Okluma. I can't stand that. But anyway, look at this gorgeous flashlight. The titanium, I believe this is a piece of aluminum in here to help with heat diffusion or whatever. Beautiful bezel. You'll see in my that 12-minute section coming up, you can unscrew this part and there's like a reflector in there or something. Then you can unscrew it from here up to get the battery in. It takes flat top and button top 10440s. I highly recommend vape cell, or EFES batteries. And it's just really good, and I can't wait to just put this in my pocket and carry it every day. So there you go. Then we have 2 other things that they sent in. Quick side note, the unboxing knife was the Divo knives nip slip. So this is our nip slip model. And this is a prototype from Kubi, and we are absolutely blown away with this guy. We're waiting on prototypes from a couple other OEMs before we get it into production, but man, I don't know. Kubi crushed it. If you like a strong, snappy pull, this is money. But yeah, I just had this in pockets. This is what opened the box. And it actually reminds me, we have a design collaboration with Urban EDC. It's the Urban EDC Barley. And it actually is pretty similar to this. If you stretch this out and maybe thin this out a little bit, you would kind of get a Barley. Now, this was actually designed after our nip model. So this is our folding nip model, has a flipper tab and a hole, and then we decided to make it a slip joint. So it's kind of funny how we got there, but it does kind of resemble that Barley. But the Barley is still up for pre-order, I believe, so definitely check that out on Urban EDC's site. It's a fantastic knife. I think you guys would enjoy it, so check out that pre-order. But anyway, we have this from Dapper Designs. Now, you guys know I'm a fan of Dapper. I actually have an affiliate link with them. I did not know this existed. This is called the REKT Minimalist. And I gotta say, I like Dapper Designs. I do not understand this model personally. It has no way to open it one-handed. I can't get in there. Oh, am I supposed to front flip it? No. It's all smooth here. I mean, it is minimalist, I guess. So you have to pinch it. And it's not a slip joint. It's a liner lock. It's on washers. I mean, it feels like it. Let me just double check. It could be bearings, but I think it's washers. Brass washers. Never seen that before, but could be wrong. I don't know. It just feels really tight, so I assume it's washers. But yeah, you gotta open it like this and then disengage, close it. There's no one hand opening this, and as far as I can tell, it's not really supposed to be pinched here. I don't know what that cutout's for. Maybe lock bar access. Just a weird kind of design thing here. It is pretty comfortable in hand, even though it's a straight box, but you get this nice sheepsfoot blade, so that stuff's good. Is it sharp? Yeah, it's sharp. Do we have blade steel in here? It's a heavy black wash. Don't know what the steel is. I don't know why my gut wants to say D2, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. And then this carbon fiber is the laminate kind. It just looks like plastic, and I really don't like that stuff. But hey, you know, it might be like $30, in which case, cool, you know. But if this is more than that, I would be a little leery of it, unless you just love the design and, you know, whatever. But yeah, that's kind of how I feel about that one. Let me do this off camera so I can see. There we go. And then it comes at least with this, which is cool. Oh, shit. All right, well, hold on. My bad. My bad, bro. Skis. It comes with studs. Wow, I'm a dick. Okay, hold on. Take back everything I said so far. Let's just try this real quick. Okay. All right. Well, at least now you have studs on it. I mean, I think everything I said still holds true for me. It doesn't really do anything for me because the way the detent and the design is, it's not like you can flick it now, but you can one-hand it. You can one-hand it now, which is nice, but I don't know. That's weird. Let me try it in pocket real quick. Pretty tight. The stud didn't catch. That's good. It does stay flush or under that. Sure, you could get it to flick if you really tried or let it break in. There you go. So that does redeem it a little bit. You have to cover the logo up, but that definitely redeems it a little bit there. So I apologize for not catching that sooner, but I think I would have rather just seen it come with studs. I don't know many people who wouldn't put those on, but you never know. Maybe it'll go in somebody's purse, or I'm guessing the reasoning behind it is mostly related to Europe. Maybe they want to sell these in Europe, and that way it's a two-hand operation and it can be sold in Europe. But I wish they'd done G10 or just like real carbon fiber. But if the price point is right, then I think it makes sense for some people, especially in Europe. So that's that. And then we have an Urban EDC Coke Tools collaboration. Now again, not my favorite design here. I'm not the biggest Coke Tools fan, just not my design language. By the way, I just saw this. That was one of the best knives ever. The Aloni Goat. My kid's coughing. Hold on. Make sure she's okay. Yeah, she's fine. Okay. So this is the Nat XL, I believe, or is it just the Nat? Here. Nat SXL purple spiderweb. So it has this lasered on spiderweb pattern. Ooh, that popped. Hold on a second. I don't know if I can grip it enough to like flick it. You know, I want to flick it, but I can't. Clicks, positive clicks, double detent. I mean, if you could get out of the way, it's flying open. I mean, look at that. There. It's got a beautiful hollow grind. Yeah, I take it back, man. This knife is catching my eye now. Ergos are pretty good, honestly, but you got to be really careful. That's the thing. Oh, never mind. Dude, these detents are stout on this thing. I take back what I said. I said you got to be careful, but think about it. You're locking this down. So it would be hard. You would have to hurt yourself, essentially. It might slip through and close, but, I mean, you'd have to be doing something real dumb, you know? But if you were in this grip and closed it, you know, but then, you know, you're good. I don't know, squeaky. Not a fan of that, but you're going to have a Riot build on this. Really nicely done. I mean, it looks really good. The clip is interesting. I don't know what is going on with that thing. You can test it out, I guess. Let's see how it works. It's right-handed. So, there we go. Got it in my pocket. Yeah, it works. It's really tight, though. But, and then you have the bottle opener on this end. I hate when people do that, but hey. The belt satin is gorgeous. So, hey, if this is your jam, I think it's well made. That should break in with just some oil. You know, I wouldn't think that's a big deal, but very well made. You have the cool spiderweb pattern on it. The jimping's really good on it. And this thing is going to be an absolute cutting beast. I mean, that hollow grind is stupid thin. I mean, that literally feels like a Jaeger Evo 2.0 hollow grind. I mean, it feels like I'm touching my fingers on the other side down here. So, I mean, that is ridiculously thin. So, if you're looking for a little box cutter, there you go. So, let me know what you guys think of those. I'm going to jump on over to the long Lima Hoku video, and then we'll get to the face cam. So bear with me on this one, guys. It's a long one, but you can jump just about 12 minutes right now if you want to skip that part. I love you guys. Thank you. And I just want to give you guys a quick look at the Lima Metalcraft Hoku in action. So out of the box, it's got 3 modes on it. So you have a low, a medium, and a high. And it feels very comfortable to switch. It has a nice little power button on there. You'll see it in the desktop video. And it's very positive on the clicks. It has memory, so I turned it off, turn it back on, it'll hit that high mode again. Now I'm going to go to medium, click off, click back on, we're on medium again. It's pretty cool that it does that. The clip came kind of loose, actually. My last Hoku, which was a twisty, and I remember when I got that light, I said, if they ever make a clicky, I'm getting one. So unless something crazy happens in the next couple of days, this one's definitely going to be mine. I'm going to buy it, but that one came with an incredibly tight clip. And that was before I knew how to adjust clips. It's super simple. So you just take a T10, because they use T10 here, and then flip the clip around so it's facing this direction, 180 degrees. Tighten those screws all the way back down. So you have to take it off because the screws have to flip over. Well, I guess you just, you know what I'm saying. And then tighten that down tight. And then you just want to use your hand pressure to bend the clip. Now, you can easily tighten a clip that way, but do it with baby steps. Don't just, you know, if you break it, that's on you, not on me. But baby steps. So this one came tapping, and if anybody knows me, you know, tappers are just not gonna happen. So I'd rather buy this than have to review it with a tapper. So I just bent it slightly down, and then I tested it, and it was a little too tight. And instead of doing the same process and bending it this way, I just took a plastic pry. Now you can get these on Amazon. They're listed in the description of every one of my videos. They're for like truck dashes and stuff like that to pop off your dash so you can like fiddle with your audio system or whatever. And they're plastic, so they can't really do damage to anything, obviously within reason. And what I did was I just shoved it, so she said, I just shoved this under there. I got it under the ramp area here, and then I just gave it a little bit of a pop. And now we have no tap at all, and she goes in the pocket, but is still nice and snug. Comes out of the pocket positively, but it's not hard. I don't have to like yank it out. So I may do a video down the line comparing these two flashlights, because this is my all-time favorite flashlight, the CWF Micro Click or Micro Arcadian. But I've always thought that if Lima did this, they might be able to take that spot. And I, of course, am not going to make that determination now because, well, it just came out of the box 10 minutes ago. But I got to say, first impressions are absolutely fantastic. Price points are about the same. This one I think is cheaper. You can get this in aluminum as well as this in aluminum and different materials. I think these come in about 50 bucks, 75 bucks cheaper across the board, something like that, if I'm not mistaken. Especially if you buy them direct. But very similar sizes, shapes. You got a little bit thicker here up at the switch. It does thin out a little bit as you go down. And then they're pretty similar down at the bezel there. Very cool on both. This one has a cool feature where you can actually unscrew the top here. I don't know what this is for, so I'm trying to be careful, but there's actually a little piece that comes out. And I don't know if that's the reflector or what this is called, but this sits on that, which I believe is the emitter. I'm not positive. Not a flashlight guru. I just like them. And you just kind of tighten that all back on. And then to replace the battery, you want to like hold around this area. And then this whole top will come off. And you have your 10440. I highly recommend the vape cell batteries. These green ones, 10440, 320 mAh, 3.7 volt. I recommend that because that's what was recommended to me by Charles Wiggins from CWF and some other people. They also said E-Fest button top batteries are good for it. I think this flashlight will take a flat top as well. I don't know if I want to go messing with that. I don't want to like fry anything, but I guess we could give it a shot because I do think I saw that somewhere. So I'm not sure. The CWF might take them too. Don't know if these have a charge, but make sure you're using good batteries, guys. This is a E-Fest. I've tried to find the E-Fest battery in a button top, but I haven't been able to. Not available anyway. So let's see if we can get, did that go in the right way? Yeah. See if we can get any juice on this guy. Yeah. Seems 100% normal to me in that capacity. So I guess it takes either or. I don't know if you would have a preference. This is 320 mAh. That button top or that flat top is 350. Could the button top be more detrimental to your flashlight over time, being that it has that point versus this? I don't know the answer to that, but I just ordered a bunch of the button tops to replace all mine because I thought they were going bad. So I'll probably be using those, but let's give it a shot in the CWF here. I don't think these are made for it. Well, also working. Yeah, not seeing an issue with either of them. I will say, I don't know. My brain seems to prefer the button top. You would think because it's putting a little bit more spring tension on that, you get a more positive engagement. I don't know how true that is. But yeah, it feels like the light on this is a little softer versus this guy. But it did say 500K, or I don't know if it's 500 or 5,000. This one I know is 5,000, I believe. And that's like your spectrum of light, going from like that bluish light to that softish light. 5,000K is towards the top of the bluish light. But I like whatever this is a lot. And one other thing I noticed before I wrap this up, turn into a flashlight review, is the buttons. This one's got a little bit more softness to it. Like I can feel around the switch. And I don't know, I don't like that I have to dig in with my thumb to really engage it. It's easier to use your index finger. Where on the CWF, this feels really solid. Like it just feels like they're both rubber coated, but it just feels more solid and tactile to me. And you can use your thumb much easier on this one. But the trade-off is this switch is completely sunk in. So this you could put on a flat surface, right? This you cannot. So for reference here, you just put it down and it will sit up even with the switch disengaged, which is at its, furthest point out. It'll sit flat, which is important to a lot of people. This flashlight will not, because it bulbs out here. Even if you turn it on, it still does. You can, however, kind of lean it on the clip, especially if you have one of the titanium clips, because it has a little bit of a thicker like pad right here. And then I can kind of lean it and it'll stabilize. But it's like if you tap anything, it'll fall. It's not meant to do that. So. All right, anyway, there you go. It's just a quick look at the Lima Hoku Clicky. These are going to be available on the gear drop for Urban EDC this week. I know this is a really long, sort of in-depth product thing for this week, but I've been waiting for this flashlight to exist for years at this point. And I'm so glad they finally came out, and I'm so glad I finally got one. And I gotta say, this is probably the exact configuration I would want. It's got that really nice sort of gray machined titanium, and then it has this beautiful, I think it's aluminum right here, dimpling and everything. Really well done by Lima. And I'm really excited to finally have another premium flashlight in this size range. I was thinking about stepping it up a size because I just have more space now, but we'll see. I think maybe the one that I was worrying about that with was my other CWF, and it started getting a little bit fritzing out a little bit, and I sent it to Charles. He's looking at it, so I'm sure it'll get taken care of. But I think that might have been what it was. It wasn't really the flashlight not performing. It was just some kind of issue with it. where this feels like plenty of juice for me. So, you know, if I do step it up, I was looking at Lima because they have a lot of stuff in that just one step up thickness kind of range. They have the Ion, I think it's called the Ion Slim or the Diamond or something like that. But yeah, so anyway, we'll get back to the gear drop. And yeah, thanks guys. Peace. Hey guys, Kev here, and this is the face cam session on your What's Hot video for the week of October 4th. And we're going to check out some stuff. So you guys have already seen a super long video of me unboxing stuff and then showing you a long sort of video on this Lima Metalcraft Hoku Clicky. Needless to say, I've been carrying it every day since then. That was 3 days ago, I think. And I still really like it. It does get hot rather quickly, but I think I've been using it mostly on medium and high. And high is pretty damn high, and medium is pretty warm as well. So I think it's just the nature of the beast with a small light like this. But if I have it on this low setting, it probably won't get that hot that quick. But I don't really remember my CWF ever feeling like, oh my God, it's too hot after a couple minutes, you know? So the more I use this, I'll get more feedback on that. But that's really the only thing that I've noticed negatively with this light. I really like it. I've been carrying it every day. So get one if you can. They're probably going to be sold out by the time I pull them up, but we shall see. One other thing I want to note is I did see the price on this. This is that Dapper Designs knife that you can add the stud to, and it's 25 bucks. So everything I said was based on the fact that I thought it was probably worth 25 bucks, 30 bucks. And that's exactly what they're charging. So I have no issue with this knife. The materials, the stud thing, everything. Honestly, it's fine. Honestly, it's broken in pretty good. The washers, just that little bit that I used it. Sorry, opened and closed it. I didn't use it. Used the blade anyway. Kind of broke it in a little bit. Can't flick it or anything. Kind of feels like a Spyderco. But 25 bucks, you know, that's a win, I would say. And then you have that cool spiderweb patterned gnat, which is pretty dope. So let's go check everything out. I don't want to rehash anything. Here we go. So we have a Daily Customs pry back. This looks pretty cool. This is a little pry bar. Now it has the bottle opener down at the end. I hate that. It just screws up ergonomics, but it does look cool. And let's be real, this is pretty much a aesthetic sort of flash piece to have on your Instagram. Home and Hatfield knife deck is available again, $125. These are cool, guys. I never found a use for the one I had just because I'd rather use the space for something else, but you know. Justin Lundquist, Ultim Worry Stone. I had this in before. You can watch that video. Really cool. I do really like this piece. 89 bucks. These are made by him. I think that's worth it. This is absolutely dope, but it's unavailable. This is an Osier custom. We have an Endeavor engraving Brew Fang in titanium. So I don't know if that's meant to be a beard comb. I don't know how well that would work, but then you have a bottle opener here, a hook here, so it's kind of a multi-tool, but looks pretty cool. 69 bucks. If it, you know, catches your eye, I think that's pretty cool. Price sounds good. It's probably USA made, which is, you know, cool. So there's that guy. Then we have the Daily Customs AK2 fixed blade. So that's pretty dope. I'm not sure if they sell scales for these as well. But that's nice. This is going to be made over in Hamburg, out of my hometown, I believe. And that's pretty cool. So I can support that. Yeah, made in Germany. Pretty sweet stuff right there. So that's that fixed blade. We have the JRW Gear Trader in MagnaCut. Interesting. Never seen this one. It's a gnarly looking blade right there. Look at that thing. A lot of custom fixed blades these days, or at least fixed blades. I don't know if it's a custom. Designed by photographer, knife collector, and EDC designer Jamie Williams, and manufactured by Tactile Knife Co. Interesting. Interesting. $239. Not bad. Not bad. Everyday Hank, and here's that Nat XL 289. It's probably gonna be M390. Yep, titanium, double detent with the bottle opener, Riot made, solid price right there. We have a Swan and Elm custom. That thing is crazy looking. Another tailor-made Nessie. Holy moly, 2150. Wow. Lima Metalcraft Shredder Slim. So I actually was thinking about getting a larger light at some point, and I don't think this would be it. Not into this super duper knurling. I get it. It's called the Shredder. They have a dual voltage and an H17F. I don't know what any of that means, but light guys will. What's the battery size on this one? 14500. Okay. So it's a larger light, I guess. I don't know what a 14.5 is. That a AA size, like a long AA maybe? They don't have the Hokus on here, so maybe they sold out or they weren't going to drop them this week. Sometimes I get stuff and it's not actually releasing yet. I do find it weird though because they had that little. I swear they had the Dapper thing here in their email. Let me pull up the email that I had. So, yeah, they have the Dutchman in there. And then the one I saw the other day. Let me just see what's going on here. The one Monday preview. So on the preview, they had the Hoku. And they had the Dapper design knife, but for some reason they're not showing these on their gear drop, which is interesting. So I don't know what's going on there. All three of these are not showing. The Dutchman, the Metalcraft, the Lima Hoku, and the Dapper. Let me see. Is there anything weird here? I just don't want to. Nah. I don't want to pull this up because it has my, can I pull this out? Yes, I can. Okay, so hold on. Here we go. All right, let me do this. StreamYard, stop sharing, present. Can I share window? Yes. All right, here we go. So here we go. Monday preview email from Urban EDC. And you'll see we have the Dutchman plain Jane with Mokutai for $475. We have the Hoku in titanium for $429. Now maybe these were sold out because I have one and I think they only had two, so that makes sense. These we saw, and then here's that Dapper Designs REKT utility knife in carbon fiber for $25. So I don't know why those aren't on their drop that we're seeing, but there you go. That's all I can tell you is what I see and what I know, and now you know it. I don't know. I really just love this light, and I wanted to talk about it so much that I added like a 12-minute review basically in the middle of this video. So I apologize to those of you who do not care about lights. You probably skipped right through that, but for those of you who do, this thing is gorgeous. I'm really glad I finally picked one of these up. And that's it. Let me know down below if you guys have any questions. I hope you guys have an absolutely fantastic day. Thank you to Urban EDC for sending me cool stuff to check out and just being awesome. Check the gear drop out tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern time. The link is in the description. It's in the comment section. If you click on that link, it does help the channel, whether you buy something now or maybe you buy something next week and you're not thinking about it, it'll still link it back to me. I would appreciate that. Anyway, love you guys. Hope you have an absolutely fantastic day, and I will catch you